What if I told you that right now, someone in Tokyo is flipping burgers in New York, or that a surgeon in London is operating on a patient in Sydney? This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now, and it's about to turn your career upside down. Welcome to the age of remote control robots, where distance is dead and your next job interview might be for the role of human avatar. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on a workplace revolution, where your job could be outsourced to a country with cheaper labor before the transition to autonomous AI. Your skills, your dreams, your entire career path, everything is about to change. And the question is, will you be the puppet or the one controlling the puppets? Now, if you ask Elon Musk, he'll tell you that fully autonomous robots like Tesla's Optimus could be available in just a couple years. But realistically, Elon Musk is always wrong about dates, and we're probably many years away from that happening, at least at a price that is economical for most businesses. But the trend that is accelerating right now is virtual Zoom employees working in retail. This is where a human from a country with a lower cost of labor runs a Zoom call where they interact with customers remotely to run a business. For example, Sansen Ramen in New York uses a Zoom employee to act as a hostess for the restaurant. Instead of being greeted by a person, you talk to a screen run by someone from the Philippines. Similarly, a fast food chicken restaurant in New York employs a virtual cashier to take orders and accept payment. And who's running the screen? You guessed it. Someone from the Philippines getting paid about $400 to $500 a month. Now, while these telejobs are not widely being used yet, it's accelerating. Here in California, where I live, the minimum wage for fast food restaurants just went up to $20 an hour. Now, on the surface, this seems like a big win for employees, right? I know a few delusional Californians that sincerely believe that this is going to solve income equality because people will make more money working at Chipotle or McDonald's. But what this high minimum wage is really causing is unemployment. Companies are all going to move towards robots and outsource labor. After all, why would you pay someone $20 an hour when you can pay someone $4 an hour for the exact same job? Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is all fine and good. My job involves physical labor, so I'm safe, right? Wrong. The use of telerobotics is being tested right now and becoming more widespread as well. Telerobotics is where a human controls a robot remotely, and that human doesn't have to be anywhere close to the action. The employee controlling the robot can easily be outsourced to someone in a lower cost country, and this is happening all over the place. Now, this is an older example, but this video recently went viral again on social media. In this video, a Japanese company called Lawson is using robots to stock shelves. The robot is 7 feet tall and has 3 fingers on its 2 hands along with cameras, a microphone, and sensors, and this video was actually filmed back in 2020. Fast forward to this year, and Lawson is using more robots in their stores. The company has expanded the use of robotic and automated systems, especially in their Green Lawson stores. These stores employ a combination of robotic systems and avatars controlled by remote workers to handle tasks such as stocking shelves and assisting customers. The robots and avatars help address labor shortages and improve efficiency while still keeping some human staff on site for customer service and to manage any issues that arise with the automated systems. Check out this robot operator job listing for 450 yen per hour. Now, this isn't just some random robotic experiment in Japan. There are companies all over the world using telerobotics. For example, Amazon uses remote control robots for tasks like sorting and moving goods in their fulfillment centers. Ocado is a UK-based grocery store that uses telerobots for automated picking and packing in their warehouses. And BrainCorp provides telerobots for floor cleaning in stores like Walmart, which are remotely monitored. This stuff is happening all over the place, and it's going to disrupt everything. Now, in my prior life, I was a tech worker in the Silicon Valley for over 17 years. And I lived through a period of mass outsourcing to India in the early 2000s, and I'll walk you through exactly what happened to me and my coworkers to give you an idea of what to expect next. Now, back in the day, the salary of someone in India was about 20% that of the US. So you could literally hire 5 people for the price of 1. And because of this huge wage discrepancy, my company started removing job recs for people in the US and went full out by investing in large teams in India, specifically Pune. Now, this all happened kind of stealthily in the beginning. Hey, Steve, can you get Raj up to speed on the code? He's going to be helping you implement some stuff and take some of the load off your plate to make your life easier. So I trained Raj for about a year, and then what ended up happening is that he became the manager for the India team in Pune. And for the next 2 years, all of our hiring was done to build up that Pune office. And it was a pain in the butt because all of a sudden, we'd have to stay up late or get up early in the morning to have calls with the India team due to the time difference. Now, everything started off a little rocky because more engineers doesn't necessarily mean more productivity. And the output and efficiency was pretty bad in the beginning. But over the next 5 years, the India team started kicking butt, and many US engineering jobs were lost to less expensive teams overseas. Now, over time, the salaries of Indian employees started rising, so it's somewhat less of an issue today, but during the golden years, it was really bad for US tech workers. However, what I experienced personally at my tech job is not going to be nearly as bad as what's going to happen with AI and telerobotics. Robots are only going to get cheaper over time, and the types of jobs that are being outsourced are not high-skilled jobs by any means. At least with tech, there were only certain places that had the knowledge to do the work that we did. But using robots and virtual employees as cashiers, warehouse workers, drivers, logistics workers, the sky is the limit, and all these jobs are easily outsourced. Now, I hate to pick on California, but these new minimum wage laws are just making the transition much more accelerated than ever before. And basically, unless you are good, one of the top 20% in your company, you're going to get outsourced to someone cheaper. The use of telerobotics and virtual employees means that there are now 8 billion people who can do the exact same job as you can, regardless of whether physical labor is involved. If you felt like you were just a cog in the machine, it's going to get worse once all the geographical boundaries disappear. Now, I'm not trying to scare you, but to light a fire under your butt. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Well, in the short term, it's time to become indispensable at your job. Go the extra mile, go above and beyond, and become a linchpin at your company. And forget about working from home. Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, famously said that the reason Google is losing the AI race is because Google decided that work-life balance and going home early and working from home was more important than winning. And the reason startups work is that the people work like hell. So work like hell, and this will probably keep you from getting fired. But here's my philosophy. If you're going to work like hell, then you should work like hell for yourself. So I encourage all of you to start some sort of side hustle to make extra money now before it's too late. And while you are still working, go out there and try to sell something. And go in with the attitude that it doesn't matter how much you make. Even if you make a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 a month, it is not nothing. And think of it like your insurance policy in case all hell breaks loose. The easiest type of business to start is a service-based business. Find something that you're good at and charge money for it. For example, I could easily charge people money to build e-commerce websites, run ads, or build apps. And if you eventually want to scale this business, you can hire employees to do the work for you for less than you charge, or find a robot. If you are interested in selling physical products online, make sure you sign up for my free 6-day e-commerce mini course below, where I'll walk you through the steps on how to start a profitable online store. Building a product once and then selling it to the masses is one of the easiest ways to leverage your time into life-changing money. My wife and I started BumblebeeLinens.com selling handkerchiefs in 2007 and made over $100,000 in profit in our first year of business, and today it is a 7-figure business. Now, if you can't afford to invest any money at all, just start creating content in your spare time. I started MyWifeQuitHerJob.com just as an online journal for my e-commerce store, and it is now a 7-figure business as well. My content generates money through advertising, affiliate marketing, and memberships. Whatever you do, don't just sit back and coast. Don't just swim around in a pot of water that is slowly starting to boil. I've spoken to many friends in Silicon Valley over the past year, and many of them are terrified of AI and what it's going to do to their jobs. And already, companies are hiring less college grads into the tech workforce because ChatGPT makes coding much more efficient. If your job doesn't require an appreciable level of skill, then I give it 1 to 2 years before you either have to be willing to get paid less or be outsourced away. And what's funny is that employees fear automation, whereas employers love it. I, for one, am really looking forward to autonomous robots and telerobotics because it means that I can cut costs when running my business. While everyone is terrified of losing their jobs and the effects of AI on employment, I am able to embrace it. So the writing's on the wall, folks. The robot revolution isn't coming, it's already here. But remember, every disruption brings opportunity. Will you be replaced by a telebot, or will you be the one pulling the strings, and the choice is yours? Don't wait for the future to happen to you. Start your side hustle today, learn a new skill, make yourself irreplaceable. Because in this new world, adaptability isn't just an asset, it is your lifeline. Now that you understand how important it is to have a side hustle, make sure you watch this video here for a list of businesses you can run on the side for very little money.